Yo guys, Gluten-Free EDC here. I'm Brian, your gluten-sensitive representative. Today I have a crazy knife for you. You may have caught it on if you watched the previous video on an unboxing of 3 knives, one of which was this guy right here. This is the Razor frame lock flipper from Jim Smyth. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick overview of Jim Smyth. So Jim Smyth is a part-time maker. He works between the months of October and April, and he's been doing this since 1996. Jim Smyth, I wasn't quite aware of his work as a result because he doesn't have too many knives out there until my buddy started showing me pictures and videos of his work. Jim started learning under Kit Carson in 1998, just meeting up with him for dinner and whatnot, and years beyond as well. He also learned from George Young in 1999, where he learned some file work and working with Stellite 6K. Daryl Ralph in 2000, getting some machinery set up, even doing his first automatic knife. Alan Foltz in 2000, working on anodizing among other things. And Lee Williams in 2007, working on stuff like flipper geometry. He didn't quite have the flipper action where he wanted it, and Lee Williams was able to help him get that to a place that he liked. All those guys are super famous in the custom world. If you guys get deep into the custom world, you'll definitely hear those names pop up. Lee Williams is known for the Kickstop, which is a flipper design that's in some production knives. But yeah, really intense pedigree behind this guy. So Jim has been making knives for quite a long time, and he's learned from some of the best in the biz. So let's dive into this beautiful knife. So right away, a bit tough to tell on this video. I'm gonna try my best. The entire frame is made out of this moku tie. It's got the matching back spacer, as you can see there, and a matching pocket clip. Really crazy to see. Just full moku tie. So this is often referred to as full dress. Really cool to see. You've got the relief cuts right there, really deep in there to make the lock bar easier to push over and manipulate. You have a titanium over travel stop. Cool to see that. Ceramic everything on the inside. Pretty sure detent and I assume bearings. Really cool. Flush pivot on this side. I'm not sure if it's actually free spinning. I imagine it may be, but I am not taking this guy apart. I'm trying to keep my fingers off of this one because it fingerprints very easily being moku tie. But man, oh man, is this gorgeous, guys, here. I think this is the best height for it. Oh yeah, look at the blues coming through. The yellows and oranges and gold. It's just wild. The whole thing is made out of that. Next, we'll go on to the mirror polished blade with a milled, not quite fuller, but slot, if you will. Now listen to this, guys. Now I just want to get this sound through to you guys. When I deploy this blade, listen to this thing sing. I hope that's coming through. It's wild. And then listen, you can hear it on the close even. I hope that's making it through to you guys. One more time. Wild. So we've got the mirror polish blade, that milled slot in there. You've got a hollow grind. Look at the mirror polish. I mean, come on. It's crazy. Yep, there's me. Pretty crazy mirror polish. It's gorgeously done. You have this awesomely steep secondary bevel, so it is wildly sharp. Again, I'm not testing this thing. This was lent to me for the channel and just to check out in general from a buddy of mine. Really, really great knife, man. So you have very soft jimping. So I am going to put my hand on the entire thing. Jimping wouldn't necessarily be too effective. It's fairly rounded over each jimp due to the crowning of the spine. The entire spine of the blade is crowned, beautifully round. It's so nice. Even, I mean, come on. Even that's, like, the whole thing is mirrored. So, yeah, the jimping is not necessarily the most useful. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It does add some traction. But overall, wild. The cutouts here, rather than a cutout, so it's cutout on the show side, and then you can see some more like jimped cutout here. I think that's perfect. Undoing the lock bar for this is no problem. Whew, man. I really hope that singing is coming through. So yeah, really, really impressive knife. The tolerances in this entire thing are unbelievable. So lock bar pressure is really easy to manipulate. That over travel right here works phenomenally. Let's get it closed and check out those tolerances. We're not joking around, guys. You can barely even see the gap. And the only reason you can is because the blade actually goes down, like the hollow grind allows us to see that. But there's such a small gap on this knife. It's wild. So tolerances are fantastic. The pocket clip, this one in particular, is a bit tappy. Yeah, right? So it's slightly tappy, but that can be easily fixed. I'm not going to do it, but yeah, I could see that being an issue for some people. You know, me myself, if you're gonna carry this knife by that pocket clip, that is, this is a bit of a safe queen, I would refer to it as. The pocket clip would work fairly well, I think, going into pocket. Coming back out, it might be a little difficult because that is a bit of a sharp angle. But given the style of this clip, I think the retention would be such that you could pull on that and it'll go up fairly easily. So shouldn't be too bad. It's not the deepest carry, but I think deep enough, especially on this type of knife. Again, I don't think this is one that you're going to carry. And if you do, maybe not by the clip, though that would be so sexy. That would be so amazing. Very flashy, but that would be a sick pocket clip to see on someone's pocket. Like, you see something like that and you're a knife guy, you'd be like, yo, what the hell are you carrying, man? I need to see it. So yeah, really great knife overall though. I'm very impressed by just, it's a large knife. So let's go through the specs. You have a blade length of 3.875 inches. An overall length of, almost too big for this thing. An overall length of 9.375 inches. When we close it back up, I'm trying to be quiet even when I close it so you could hear that. When I close it back up, it's 5.375 inches in length. And this comes in, no surprise, at a weight of 10.3 ounces. So it's a big boy for sure. It does come with this cool slip, if you will. It's got like a faux type of fur in there, Velcro to hold it all shut, some cool skulls on there with fire red eyes. Pretty neat. So that's what came with the knife. So I think he's doing an individual one for each one. Ooh, the singing of this knife. So yeah, it's a big knife, but overall really cool. It's a completely neutral handle. Obviously this is just a rectangle. He does contour everything though, so everything's rounded off. I love that this rounding is almost mimicked in this crowned spine here. I think that's a really cool touch too. But yeah, no real hard edges. Here's like your hardest. You can tell there's some rounding going on there too. Not too much. But yeah, it's just amazing, guys. I don't know what else to say about this one. I feel like I've said that it's amazing over and over. If you're into big knives, guys, this is the one. That is, if you can afford it and let alone find it. So there's a few that have been on for sale on Arizona Custom Knives. That's where this one was purchased, I believe. So keep an eye out if this is something that interests you. It is Grail level in my opinion and is priced accordingly. His knives are fairly rare to come by. So yeah, that is the Razor Frame Lock Flipper made by Jim Smyth. Hope you've enjoyed, guys. Take care.